Hello and welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother, Howie, here for another exciting episode. Episode number 34, Howie.
Ooh, 34.
Look at how quiet our audience all of a sudden gets. So, yeah, I know it. How are things? It's been quite a day, actually, since last night. How you been over the last week before we get started?
Not too bad. It's starting to get hot out here in hellhole, California. So
it has been. Well, we had a rainy day and a cloudy day, but the sun seems to be out now, and it's been in the 70s.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. It's been really nice, and except all the pollen is in the air. It's kind of thick and kind of hitting my sinuses a bit and getting all over my car. I don't like that.
So you're getting, instead of kid goo, you're getting old man goo?
Old man goo, yeah.
Yeah, old man goo.
Yep, so... Yeah, but we're doing all right. It's the weekend, so it's always all right on the weekend.
Yeah.
So, but we had some playoff hockey last night.
Finally, yes.
Yes, it is here. The games have begun.
4 very good games to start off our second season, per se.
Yes. But before we dive into that, we have just a little bit of hockey news, which some of one of the stories relates to one of the games in the series.
Yes.
So why don't you talk about that one a little bit?
Well, let's do that one last because that'll just lead into the first game anyway.
Okay, let's do that then.
But one of the first ones was actually that leads into that one also.
I know we were then the Bruins.
Bruins fired their general manager Chiarelli after 9 seasons, so he is now gone. He has departed Boston. Right. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in to fill that role.
Yeah. So there's an opening, Howie. You can move to Boston.
I considered it at one time.
Moving to Boston? Or the Bruins general manager job?
Moving to Boston, I had considered that at one time. Before I had moved to Minnesota that first time, I was actually considering Minnesota, Boston, and Vancouver, BC.
Right.
And settled down on Minnesota based solely on economics.
Well, Minnesota's not bad. Well, I thought it was a good choice.
Nope, I got to get back. I love it out there.
Yeah. And then we have the other 2 stories.
Yeah, the other 2 we'll lead off with PK Subban. I'm expecting him to have a players' hearing sometime today, I would expect, after he slashed Ottawa's forward Mark Stone, who ended up sustaining a microfracture of his wrist.
Yeah. Now, if anything deserves a suspension, that does.
Yeah. Oh, it was deliberate and it was cheap.
Yeah. And then he threw a fit out in the tunnel. Did you see that?
Yeah. He threw his little tantrum in the hallway out there outside the locker rooms. But I don't like that. It's just at this point suspend him. But I think that play is going to be the play I think that will turn the series around. And this is where Ottawa will come back. And the best way that I could relate this play to how it's going to affect the team will be about the equivalent of going back to the 1992 Stanley Cup and the demise of the Kings at the point that Marty McSorley was found using an illegal stick.
I remember it well, which
'Cause
changed
at
the
that
whole
point,
series of the game.
that was it. The
Yep.
Kings were done.
Yep, it was over then.
For some reason, that one stupid play by McSorley tore him apart.
Yep. And this could be the same fate for the Montreal, especially if a suspension does come down. It will change.
It will come
series.
down. He'll get I would not be surprised if he is suspended for the rest of the series. Because that was no accidental slash to his wrist. I mean, to me, it looked deliberate.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I agree. I don't think that was a very smart move by him, and we'll see what it does to him. So, and then Ottawa Senators lost their assistant coach Mark Reed the other day.
Yes.
So our condolences.
I think that'll be a motivator too for them.
Yeah, they'll want to win now.
Yeah.
But the game itself was pretty cool game. Ottawa almost came back.
It was a very good game.
Yeah.
It was actually, I mean, in my opinion, Montreal played dirty the whole game, really. I mean, they had the Subban incident, and they had, I don't remember who did it, stick butted one of Ottawa's players right across the face, too. And that was another cheap shot that they took.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't very good play by them. Ottawa played really well, and almost came back, and now we have and Montreal ends up winning that one 4-3.
Yeah, I think Hammond will come back strong on this because I part of it I think I play, part of it is it's his first time playing the playoffs. He's going to be nervous. I think after that game, I think he'll settle down and play his game.
Yep. So we should have a really good game too. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Subban now, and I think that will determine what happens in game 2 or for the rest of the series. So. But a good series. And then the other series last night that was just amazing was the New York Islanders Washington Capitals game. The Islanders are just hot, man. They look so good.
They surprised me with their play, really. I watched, I only got to see the first period of that while I was driving home, which I advise never actually try to do that. Watch television.
Yeah. Did you have
while you're driving?
Yeah. Did you see Josh Bailey's goal? Where he it was like he hit it twice. It was like the first goal of the night.
Oh yeah, because I saw them take their first the 1-0 lead.
That was an awesome goal.
Yeah, I was surprised how well they played, actually.
Yeah, Islanders just are hot. I love watching them. And Washington just never did really get anything going. They could not stop the Islanders' momentum. The Islanders were just right on last night. They looked really good.
Yeah.
So a good start for them. Going into game 2, they now lead that series 1-0. And then for the third game of the night, if I can get back to it, was the where am I? I'm sorry. Was the Chicago-Nashville game.
Oh, yeah.
And Nashville game. Was the Chicago-Nashville game.
That was a very good game. Very good.
Oh man, that one was.
I have Chicago picked on my bracket, but I'd like to see Nashville only because I'd rather, as far as for Minnesota, I'd rather see them face Nashville than Chicago.
Right. And Nashville ends up winning that one in a second overtime. But great play by both teams.
Yeah.
I have Nashville. I picked a Nashville in this series. And they look awesome. They look great. And I think they're going to give Chicago a really hard time throughout the series. And this one might go deep after what I saw last night.
I think it'll be a long series. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 7 games.
Wouldn't surprise me. But I didn't pick any games that go 7. Oh, yeah, I did. I think it was the St. Louis, Minnesota series to go 7.
I don't remember if I had any games. I think I had a couple of games. Yeah, because I had Winnipeg in 7 over Anaheim.
And then we had last night the Calgary-Vancouver game. Which,
that game I really enjoyed because I like those close, tight games. I mean, that was a very back and forth.
And Calgary seems legit to me.
I think they are actually because I was looking at other people's brackets, and not just people from the NHL brackets, but even like viewing the predictions that I saw from some of the staff writers stuff at NHL.com too. And I was surprised actually a lot of people are taking Calgary up to the conference finals.
Really? Well, they played really well last night, and it really, I don't know, they kind of surprised me. I just didn't, I don't know where they came from.
Well, they're like Minnesota. I mean, they're a good third period team.
Yeah, but they just came out of nowhere for me. I mean, it all kind of started right after the trade deadline. They started, for the season, all kind of poured it on, and then the Kings just couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep up with them. And they kind of started their playoff run then.
Calgary is looking good. I think they're going to be a team to deal with.
Yeah, and I think in that series that I picked Vancouver to win that series in 6 or something like that. But
I believe you did, yeah.
I don't know. This series, after watching Calgary play, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about my pick. I don't want them to win. I don't want them to win. I don't. I'm so mad at them right now.
I'd rather say I don't like Vancouver. I don't.
I don't either.
But I like Vancouver. The day I like Vancouver again is when they bring back those ugly V sweaters.
The pajamas.
Yeah. I like those because they were ugly.
Yeah, they were ugly. And you're talking about the yellow ones, not the black ones, right?
Yeah, the yellow. Well, even black one, but yeah, the yellow.
Well, the black ones I thought looked a little bit more cooler.
Yeah, but the yellow ones I liked because they were so ugly.
Yeah, they were ugly. We'll keep that for another day.
I remember I wanted one of those. I saw it because I think it was too big when we used to go to Lee's skate shop.
Oh yeah,
they had one of those V sweaters there. It was the yellow one too.
Yeah, I remember that. Back in the day, we spent a lot of time over at Lee's, just looking at jerseys and stuff.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You could walk there before the bus would even come.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a 12-mile walk, and you'd beat the bus there.
Yeah, we were faster than public transportation.
Yeah.
Boy.
You guys need a bus? No, it's okay. I'm already here.
And you were real little then. You were
yeah.
You were little. Our little goaltender. but had a glove hand of lightning. All right, so let's talk a little bit about So anyway, some great games last night. The playoffs started off with a bang, I thought, and
I agree.
we saw some good quality hockey. And we're kind of waiting to see what happens to Subban today. So that's, it'd be nice to hear it while we're doing the show. It'd be kind of nice to see, but
it'll probably come out tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, I think that one's going to be a series changer if they lose
think it will. I think it will. But for tonight, though, we got another 4-game set on the cards.
Yup, and some big ones.
One of which I look very forward to.
Right, and that one's on NBC tonight.
Is it?
Yep, 9:30.
Standard NBC?
NBC Sportsnet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that's at 9:30 p.m. my Eastern.
Yeah, 6:30.
Right. So let's kind of start off with like Pittsburgh and New York Rangers. I picked the Strangers in that series.
As did I.
Yeah, it's gonna be that one's gonna be really good, I think. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight. I don't
know. I think the Rangers are hot right now. They're the team in the East.
That's another series that surprises me when I look at other people's brackets and hear even like the analysis on them. Is that a lot of people are expecting a sweep
from the Rangers?
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
It would. I'd be surprised. I mean, I would think Pittsburgh should win at least one game, but a sweep would be surprising.
I don't think it'll surprise me. I think the Rangers are that good. They are the team to beat in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, right now, the Islanders. I love watching them play. And I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping that the Rangers get past Pittsburgh because I want to see that Rangers-Islanders series.
Oh, they'll win. I think they'll win the series.
And then we have Detroit and Tampa Bay. Which
I think, I don't know, this one, I feel it could go either way. It's going to go either a 6-7 game round or it's going to be a sweep.
I think that Tampa Bay is a little bit stronger than Detroit.
Yeah, see, and I base that on Detroit's play because Detroit's always been infamous for choking in the playoffs, and you never know what Detroit team is going to show up.
Right, and that's that's what we will see tonight. Which team shows up? We'll see what they look like. So,
I would like to see them swept myself, but that's my own personal opinion.
And then we have at 9:30. We have at 9:30 Eastern. I'm sorry, the big game for you tonight, Minnesota St. Louis, which I have this game going to 7. 7 games.
I have 6, I believe. I believe mine's a 6-game series.
This one is going to be tough, and probably I think maybe the series of the first round. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, although it may be the series of the first round.
I don't know. I mean, I think Chicago-Nashville is going to be up there as...
It was a good start. The Nashville-Chicago series was pretty exciting.
Well, I think all the games in the West actually are going to be really tight.
Yeah.
I mean, the only game in the East I think that's going to be really interesting to watch is going to be the Montreal and Ottawa, depending on the outcome of how this Subban situation plays out. And because I'm curious too, going back to that series with Stone having that microfracture, it being a microfracture, will he play in game 2 with it just taped up really tight?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those injuries where it's playoff time, you suck up the pain, and you go.
Right. And that's probably what will happen. They'll just tape him up.
More than likely. Because, I mean, he did come back in the game, because I'm sure they took x-rays right away.
Right.
They'll probably just tape it up real tight, and he'll return, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so, too. So, and then we have the late game, which is Winnipeg-Anaheim, which...
that game, too, I look very forward to watching.
Yep. And it's 10:30 Eastern start time.
Yeah, 7:30
and
on the West Coast.
I think I had this one going to 6 games. But I'm waiting to see what Winnipeg looks like against Anaheim. I have to see what happens. And really, what Anaheim team shows up in the playoffs, they, like Detroit as of late anyway, have not done very well in the playoffs.
I think Winnipeg is going to come out strong. I mean, I think they've been hungry for this opportunity to get back in the playoffs for a long time. I think they're really going to take advantage of that situation.
I hope so too, and I'd just like to see the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see them open up at home. I think that would have given them a huge advantage.
Yeah,
but I think them being back in the playoffs now and that whole thing there I think it's going to play a big motivation for them to play well.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, so there's what we have for tonight, and I think, Howie, we will wrap it up there. So we have just real quickly, we've got the Pittsburgh New York Rangers game at 7 Eastern. We have the Detroit Tampa Bay at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We have Minnesota St. Louis game at 9:30 Eastern, and the Winnipeg Anaheim game, the late game, at 10:30 Eastern tonight. So we got a full night of hockey, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Although my team is already out. But I'm past all that now. I'm okay.
I think they're playing around at Miles Square Golf Course.
Yeah, they're yep, they're probably at the golf course. Yeah. But that's all in the past. I am just happy for the playoffs right now. That's good enough for me.
Very true.
Yeah. So, Howie, with that, we want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast and watching our podcast on YouTube. Please visit our website at www.thepuckdropshere.com. Email us, tweet us at twitter.com/puckdrops. Or you can catch us on Facebook, Google+, Instagram.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe below.
That's right. And you can actually, down in that corner, as the video is playing, there's a little subscribe thing right on chart and down there, and you can click on that and subscribe very easily. And so with that, Howie, anything else you want to add before tonight's games? Good luck with your Minnesota Wild.
I see there you have an injury.
Huh?
Right, you have an injury there on your pinky.
Yes, I do. That was... I was putting tile in... No, I was actually putting a new toilet into the bathroom, and because I just had retiled the floor, and as I was pulling the pipe up through the floor, my finger caught one of those edges. It was there was quite an injury. Blood everywhere.
There was no poo on there?
No, it was brand new tile floor I just put in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So I cut myself on the tile. Pools of blood. You would have loved it.
Yeah, it looks rather nasty.
It was at the time. It didn't look good, but I thought, oh.
Okay. With
anyway, yeah. I fainted and said, "Somebody just do something." So with that, Howie, we're gonna wrap it up. But good luck with your Minnesota Wild team tonight.
Thank you.
And we will see you all next week, right here on the Puck Drops here. We bid you all adieu.
Okay.